Hi everybody! So today from the book we read, we are going to make a bee. A bee to remind us to be thankful. So the first thing you want to get is a pencil. I'm going to draw with a marker because it's easier for you to see what I draw. But you should always start with a pencil because if you make a mistake, you can erase. And make sure you draw light so you get it right, because if you press down, you might get a frown. Alright, so remember, you draw with a pencil, I'm going to use my marker. Alright, so the first thing you want to do is you want to draw an oval. Now you want it to be big, but you need room for the bee's wings, so make sure there's still some space around. Alright, I'm using a smaller paper so that you can see, but you guys should be using a larger paper if you have it. If you don't, it's okay. Alright, so let's get started. I'm going to draw an oval. Nice and big, but not too big. I still have space on both sides of my paper. Now I'm going to draw the bee's wings. So I want a wing here and a wing there. I'm going to use rainbow lines to make these wings. Here we go. Up and over. Up and over. All right, now to make them look more like wings, we're going to make these little lines in here for detail. I'm going to make one line curving this way and another line curving that way. One line curving this way and another line curving that way. Now bees have those famous black stripes in the middle, so what we're going to do is we're going to make a big bold stripe right in the middle. So right where these wings start, I want you to make a line that has a little curve to it like this. And then the bottom one, you want to do the same thing. You want to curve again. But this time you're going to be curving in the opposite way. So we're going to make like a line going like this. Ready? Ta-da! All right, and now bees need antennas. So I like this spot. Maybe yours is up here. Maybe you have more space, but as you can see, I have more space of the yellow, which would be right here. And that's where I'm going to put the antennas for the head. So I'm going to make a curvy line up and over like a roller coaster. I'm going to go just a little pinch next door. I'm going to go up and over. And there you have it. Last but not least, we're going to add another oval in here. And an oval in there. All right, now we need to make our little dashed lines like the bees buzzing. So I'm going to go like this. Ready? Curvy line there. Finger space, dash, finger space, dash, finger space, dash. Now see, I'm kind of going around in a little loop-de-loop here. Finger space, dash, 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 and see how it travels and it goes all the way around? Yours doesn't have to look exactly like this, but you do want it to have a little bit of a line moving around here so it looks like the bee's buzzing in a certain way. Alright, now that we've finished with that, it's your choice. If you have watercolor, then you can use the watercolor, or if you have crayons or markers, you can use those too. So the last bee I did was actually in watercolor, and I wrote "Be Thankful" in it because I thought it looked good. All right, but you don't have to put the watercolor on there if you don't have them. You can just use a black crayon. All right, and you can color in this black stripe with the black crayon. Or if you have crayons and watercolor, you know what's super fun? I love using both. So you could color this in with crayon, like this, and then when you're ready for the watercolor, you could just go right over it. Now the crayon will stay, but as you can see, it just gives it a little bit more of this textured look. All right, so if I just go over it with my black paint, ta-da! Now, black can get real messy, boys and girls, so you really want to make sure you give your brush a bath, a really good one. So I'm going to swirl around. See, my cup of water is kind of yucky already. But I'm going to make sure that this brush gets a good swirl, nice and clean. Ta-da. All right. So if I were to fill that all up in black, that's when I would want to wash my brush. I was just showing you this as an example. And now I'm going to go here. I'm going to fill some yellow. So I could fill with yellow with crayon, with marker, with my paint brush. See, so I'm using paint here. I'm going to put my paintbrush away. So if you don't have paintbrush, maybe you have a marker, maybe you have a crayon. If you do, watch this. I love using both of these things too. So I could outline the outside of my bee with just the yellow marker. Okay, I'm going to put my marker cap back on, make it snap. Remember, that's music to Mrs. A's ears. All right, and then I'm going to color in the inside of my bee with the crayon, not the marker. And that really makes a neat look, too. I like it a lot. See? And there you have it. There's my bee. So you can color it like this. You could color it like that. All right, and now, last but not least, we have these little ovals inside the antenna. I'm going to take a crayon and just color them black. And now I have the background. So, as you can see, I painted the background blue with my blue watercolors. Okay, you can do that with your blue, with the background, because the bee is flying in the sky, right? Or you can just simply color it with a blue crayon. All right, or you can just leave it white if you really don't feel like you want to fill up the background. Or maybe you just don't have the right supplies to do so, and that's okay. All right, most importantly, we just want that bumblebee to look like a bumblebee, and bumblebees are black and yellow, so you want to make sure that you color that stripe black, and then you fill the rest in with yellow. But see how I'm just coloring right now with the blue crayon? And that looks really good. I kind of like it against the watercolors too. All right, boys and girls, I'm going to let you finish the coloring. Ta-da! And after that, you can just enjoy some music while you work, and we'll circle back in just a little while. Happy creating! Remember, be thankful and be creative.